Hi everyone, welcome back to the 80-Hour Developer. Thanks for joining me for video 3. In this lesson, what we're going to do is finish on the path of getting our machine set up and then start diving into some of the Laracasts videos so that you can get all of the required software on your machine. So the first thing I want to go over is just a quick introduction to the Mac terminal for anybody who might not be familiar with it. I know I told a lot of you who are Windows users to go get a Mac and to start using it, and so you might be feeling a touch uncomfortable right now, and that's more than okay. So we're going to take a look at the terminal, and you'll see something like this when you open up your terminal. One of the first things you're going to do in the Laracasts series that I recommend is to switch this out for a better alternative, but this is what you're going to have to start with. So we're just going to work here. And what you're going to see is if you type in dir like you're in Windows, nothing's going to happen. In the Mac and Unix ecosystem, we want to type ls for list. And that's going to show you all of the directories that exist in your path. So I have this code directory here. You probably won't have that unless you've already created it. I recommend you create a code directory to store all of your software projects in. I'm going to create a new one here just to show everyone how to do it, and I'm going to put an underscore under my new one. So I'm going to do mkdir, make directory, code. Okay, so now when I type ls, I've got this new directory with underscore code. So what we're going to do is we're going to cd into this. If you type ls, we're going to see that there's nothing in there. Okay, so one of the first things you're going to see Jeff do in the Laracasts series is to edit a file from this terminal. And it's a little bit fast, and it assumes that you know a little bit about the terminal-based text editing program. So I'm just going to backfill some of that knowledge right now. So if you type in vim, and we're going to create a file, so let's call it index.php. So we open up and we see that we're in vim, index.php. And so I want to start typing. I'm going to start typing in hello world. But where did my HELLO go? Let's try that again. So not until I typed O am I allowed to type anything. That's weird. So I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to try this again, vim index.php, and what you're going to notice is that unless you type A or O, you're not going to be able to type anything. So if I type in nothing happens. But as soon as I press the A key, you see this thing called insert pop up at the bottom. All right, so now you can type anything you want. We're going to type this to create our first Hello World program. So now we're here. How do we get out of this? Right, if I try to click on that, it's just going to close the terminal. There's no quit button anywhere in here. I don't see any Vim controls. Some of the software that is associated with this ecosystem is a bit of a pain in the butt, and you just have to kind of power through it and do it a few times until you're comfortable. Vim is certainly in that category for me. So to save and quit, what we have to do is press escape, WQ exclamation point. The W tells it to save or to write, the Q tells it to quit, and the exclamation point says that I'm serious, I want to do this. So now if I type in ls, we can see I've got my index.php. If I type in vim index.php, we can see this file that we created. Okay? So just remember, when you're in Vim, if you want to start typing, you need to press the A key. And as soon as you press that, you will see this insert pop up. Now anything that you type will show up. Now if you don't like what you did and you want to quit without saving it, we again press escape, now you're just going to do Q exclamation point. So we're telling it quit without writing it. Okay, and now if I go into vim index.php, we're going to see none of the changes we made. Okay, so that's a quick introduction to Vim, to creating a code directory to store everything in, and to adding a file from the command line or updating a file from the command line. One final thing I want to point out is in PHP Storm, we've got this IDE, this integrated development environment that I suggested that everybody get. And you know, PHP Storm is pretty wonderful. I hope that you're using it. One of the things that's really, really useful about it is, well, first and foremost, it shows us where we have errors. So this little red squiggly line tells me that I forgot a semicolon when we were out here, right? If we come back, I just press the up key to get the last file name that I typed. See, we can see there's no semicolon there, but it's expected. So if I do this and put in the semicolon, I'm going to go back to my terminal, and we're going to go back into Vim and see what happened. And look, the semicolon's there. Now, some of you might be thinking, that shouldn't happen. Sean, you didn't save the file. And it's one of the really nice things about PHP Storm is that it saves every file that you're working on as soon as you switch the window. So if you're making a lot of changes and you want to go out into your terminal and run some code, or go to your browser and run some code, you don't need to manually save it every time. It's a small thing, but it's a really nice thing that I'm a big fan of. Okay, so we have PHP Storm. It will save whenever you change your window. We have Vim. It will not save when you change your window. To save code in there, you have to press :WQ exclamation point. All right, so let's one more time. Vim index.php. If I go in here and I start typing, blah, nothing's happening because I didn't press A. So I press A, I can start typing. Now I want to get out, I have to press escape, :WQ exclamation point, and away we go. Okay, so as you can see, for editing actual code files, it's going to be much easier just to do it here in PHP Storm, because again, I forgot that semicolon. I can do it like that, pop out, and it's saved. For configuration files, however, it's often so much easier to do them in Vim, and that's what you're going to see Jeff do in the opening video. So speaking of that, let's come back over here and look at the videos that we're going to watch. Jeff has a course called Set Up a Mac Dev Machine from Scratch. And this is exactly what we're trying to do at this point. So how fortuitous for us. Episode 1 you definitely need to watch. You're going to install iTerm and OhmyZSH. Episode 3 you need to watch. That will help you get your PHP Storm set up. Episode 4 we can skip. 5 is important. 6 is important. We can skip 7, 8, and 9. We're going to do episode 10 and 11, and then we can skip 12. So I'm going to give you the links for these recommended videos in the description. So go through those. If you have any questions, I will be here to answer them. And of course, you can also ask in the video section here. Laracasts has a wonderful community that will be happy to answer your questions. So make sure you've got your Laracasts subscription and go through those videos in this series. Okay, in the next video that we do together, we're going to take a look at getting started writing our first PHP code and really diving in to learning the bare basic building blocks of software development. So I look forward to it. I hope you guys are enjoying the course thus far, and get ready because starting in the next video, you're going to be diving into the actual development work now that we're finished all of our setup. All right, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for following along. As always, subscribe, pass it on to your friends, all of that good stuff. If you haven't signed up, go to 80hourdeveloper.com and sign up for the mailing list. I will let you know when new videos are posted. And yeah, there's going to be additional content that will only be available to mailing list subscribers. So please make sure that you've signed up. All right, thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.